Of me.
Zero pressure.
Why,
No, I'm
Michelle?
totally
Wait a minute.
nice to
Okay, here we go. So,
okay.
too many, Diane. Got a lot going. Just kidding. Doing a lot of abs this week. Yeah. I need my glasses. Well, just when it's time I can see. All right, well, here we are. Hi. It's Wednesday. Working our way through the kleshas. Last week we were talking about attachment, which is like the way that we cling to things that feel good, how we seek pleasure. And the opposite side of that, so that's one of the kleshas, or the obstacles to our spiritual path, the things that block us, right, from the sort of sense of spiritual oneness that we are seeking on our on the spiritual path, that sense of wholeness. So these kleshas are the things that get in the way of that. So attachment is one of them, and then the opposite side of that sort of same thing is aversion, the way that we avoid the things that don't feel good. And that can be, that's really anything from, I venture to say probably not us in this room because we're here to do a strong physical practice, but we have those people in our lives who I remember, walking with a family member once, and she was not an exerciser and was just like, she's like, I can't breathe and my legs hurt and I can't. I'm like, no, you can breathe. You're just out of breath, but like it was this feeling of panic for her that, I was like, no, that's just what exercising feels like, and that was something that she avoided. Again, probably not what we're avoiding in this room, but like think of the things that you do avoid, the difficult conversations, the conflict in, with family that can fester if we just sort of were like, no, I'm just not going to go there. I'll just pretend it's not happening. We all have those things, whatever, name the things, right? And the reality is that all we're doing is sort of prolonging the inevitable when we do that, because it's not gonna go away, And Pema Chodron, who is a Buddhist monk who's done a lot of writing. If you haven't read Pema Chodron's books, go read all of them because they're 100% worth reading. But she was right. She writes about this same idea. Helps to understand that we don't suffer because of our personal inability to get things right. We suffer because of our resistance to ordinary experience, the reality that life goes up and down and that situations are unpredictable. And she goes on to talk about anxiety and how anxiety is not an emotion. A lot of people struggle with anxiety, but what it is it's the symptom of the unfinished business of the emotional body. So when there's something we're avoiding, when there's something that's going on, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm whatever, plug it in. I'm frustrated with something, that I'm not facing. What arises, I spend the whole day doing the, do you guys know the spiritual bypass? Have you heard that term before? I don't remember who's the guy who coined that term.
That sounds awesome.
The spiritual bypass is when you're like, I'm a yogi, so everything's lovely and great. I'm just going to be grateful, and like ignoring the reality that there's real shit going on in the world, right? So that one of the, I can't remember the guy's name who coined the term. I have his book sitting right on my bedside table. Anyway, it doesn't matter. John, something with a W. Anyway, the spirit. So we can do that thing where we avoid. Some people avoid it with the guise of like, oh, I'm afraid. And other people cover that up with, one of my teachers calls it frosting on shit, where it's like, yeah, frosting on shit. Like outside looks beautiful, and you dig into that, it's like, oh, okay, well, what's really in there, And so when we are willing to, so anyway, when we use all this energy avoiding what's actually going on, what arises is anxiety. That's the byproduct. And when we're willing to just look at, oh, I'm really angry right now, or I'm really sad right now, or I'm in grief right now, you know, whatever that thing is, and we're willing to just be with that for the time, even though it doesn't feel good. Those are not happy, good things to feel, which is why we avoid them, because they don't feel good. But the sooner that we do that, and the more willing we are to do that, and to just be with whatever those things are, then they pass through. Then you can actually sort of face the reality of what it is, and sort of get to the root rather than dealing with the symptom. You know, taking the medication for the anxiety. Look, you take medication, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's dealing with the root of the problem. Like I often use this analogy. My son has celiac, you know, and so if I'm feeding him gluten and then giving him Pepto-Bismol to make him feel better, it's not the solution to the problem. You know, it's like, what is the root of that? What is the root of that thing? And often the root of what we are. Come on in, Sarah. Come on in. You're fine. Come on in. You're fine. So often when that stuff is arising on the surface, if we're looking below, we are seeing, you know, then we can address, you know, what's really going on. So that's the thoughts, to use our practice on the mat, to use these moments on the mat to look at, you know, what are the things I'm pushing back against? What am I resisting in my own life? What's coming up that I just want to be like, please go away, you know? And, you know, maybe just sitting with them a little bit this morning and seeing if that helps them to just move through a little quicker, because the bottom line is that they're going to be there, you know? And I guess if we're willing to look at them, maybe they're just there for a little less long, or we're not suffering as much because they're there, you know? All right. Okay, let's get going. Close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. These bodies, our humanity, everything that comes along with having a body, our thoughts, our feelings, the sense persistence of the body. These are the gifts of embodiment. All these brilliant, wonderful, amazing, and sometimes just awful things that we can do and feel and experience as humans. We weren't just given these things to spend our lives trying to escape them. And when we come to our mat and we dig beneath the surface, what we are seeking and what we are attempting to connect to is to a steadier and calmer place within ourselves, connect to something bigger than just our stories and our dramas and what's happening at the surface. So that when we have that sense of clinging to what feels good or pushing away what doesn't feel good, we can just come back to that middle place. And that's what we seek in the practice. So just take another couple of breaths here, just allowing yourself to settle to that balanced center. And join your hands to your heart. Again, chant, deep breath in. Bow your head down into your heart. Release your hands to your lap and stay where you are, or actually switch the cross of your legs and just do start some cat and cow seated. So arching and rounding. Feeling the tipping of the pelvis forward and back, and just that rippling up the front of the spine and down the back of the spine, letting the weight drop into your hands, letting your head release and round, and then inhaling and sitting up tall, lifting up through your chest. And as you're feeling your pelvis tip forward and back, have a sense of your sitting bones forward. As you're rounding, your sitting bones moving forward towards your heels. And as you're arching, your sitting bones moving back away from your heels, the back of the legs lengthening. You probably don't feel it as much in the legs in this position, but in this other positions we will. So just starting to have a sense of that flux and flow of the spine. Good. And then just land at the middle ground. Take your hands behind you. Take your feet out in front. Good. And then drop the knees a few times, side to side, windshield wiper. And work to try to get the inner knee to the floor. The outer leg will probably drop a little easier. The outside leg, get that inside of the inner leg to drop down as close as you can. Yep, press your knees down. Next time you're over to the right, stay there. Reach your left arm up, lift your hips up. With your sit bones, your tailbone towards your heels, draw your navel to your spine and then curl your upper body back. Exhale, release your hips down, swing your legs to the other side. Right arm up, hips up. Sit bones, tailbone towards the heels. Front body lengthening, lifting. Good, exhale, back down, go back to the first side. Get both knees as close to the floor as you can, and then left hand behind you, twist to the left. Your right hand can hold your left shin or your ankle, or if you can reach your heel with your right hand, try reach for your heel, left heel with right hand, but wherever you can reach. And then press into the left hand a little bit more, lengthen up through your spine. And as you exhale, settle your left hip and turn your belly a little bit more left. Good, release, and bring the knees up and over to the other side. Right hand stays behind you. Left hand holds somewhere on the right leg. Shin, knee, heel, whatever works. That's it. And then once again, breathe in and get tall, get long through the spine, a little bit of that cow tilt. And then as you exhale, let the right sit bone get heavier. Press with your right hand, twist a little more to the right. Good. Inhale, And come to center. We need a block. Everybody have a block? Come down onto your back, have a block. Sorry, I think I told you to get a strap, but not a block. Here, Eugenia, just take one. Okay, you're gonna put your block, come onto your back, you're gonna put your block between your feet. That was nice. I would have brought the foam lighter blocks, but we got the cork ones for today. All right. Take your hands behind your head, press your elbows down, squeeze your block. Good. And then just bend and straighten your legs a little bit. Squeeze the block to your butt, and then press up, lengthening the back of the legs, sit bones to heels, and then exhale, squeeze your block to your butt. Really pull it down as much as you can, and then inhale and send the legs up, pressing the block towards the sky. And just like that, a couple more times. Squeeze it down, press it up. That's it. 2 more. Get your legs as straight as you can. Yeah, instead of pulling knees to chest, pull heels to butt. So that's a different event. Do you guys feel that? Yeah, so try heels to butt instead of knees to chest. Okay, rest for a minute. If you want to take the block out for a second, it's fine. Just rest for a second. We're going to do one more thing with the block, but if your legs need a breathe, take a second, hold the block with your hand. All right. And then put the block back between your feet. And 2 options here. You can stay with your hands behind your head for this, or you can go hands underneath your butt. If your back tends to bother you when you do abdominal stuff, you can do it that way. Okay, then you're gonna lower head and chest off the floor. You're gonna lower your legs, hover, squeeze the block, and then inhale, bring it back up and squeeze your hips off the floor. And then exhale and lower down and lift it up. Squeeze your hips off the floor. And just like that a few times. What I want you to think about is the curve in your spine. So as your legs go down, your back is going to want to lift away from the floor more. Try to not let that happen. So if you feel that start to happen, that's when you start to feel a pull in your back. So just pause. Don't go any lower than that. Do 2 more. Lift it up. Squeeze your hips up. That's it. Last one, lower down. Squeeze up. Good. And set your block to the floor and just rest for a second. That's it. All right. Good morning. Relax. All right. Find your strap. Take your strap around your right foot. Take one of the green ones, Simona. Take one of the green ones right here. That would be easier. Yeah. We're going to take the strap around the right foot. They're longer. We're going to do something with a longer strap today, not the long ones. All right. Right foot up into the strap. All right. Take it around the base of your toes. And then straighten out your right leg and point and flex your right foot. So push your toes up into the strap and then press your heel up towards the ceiling. And as you press your heel up, make that connection from sit bone up to the heel as you press the heel up. That's it. So point one more time, point the toes, flex the foot. Good. Then hold right in the middle. So not pointed, not flexed, but the leg really extended. Take your left leg to the floor. Most of you are there already. Press your left thigh down. Okay, now do a little pelvic tilting. So arch your back a little away from the floor, round your spine towards the floor. Yeah, and then pause with a lumbar curve. So a little bit of curve underneath your spine. And then straighten your leg and draw it in a little closer. You should feel a little bit of a deeper stretch as you're doing that action in your spine. So low back lifting away from the floor a little bit. Okay, both straps over into your right hand. Press your right leg over to the right. Yeah. Press your left thigh to the floor. That's it. Good. And then get longer. Get longer through your leg. Get both legs. Get longer through your spine. Reach your left arm out. Now hold your arm out. Good. Inhale, bring that leg up. Okay, move the strap to the other hand. Yep. And then draw it across the body. You can let the hip lift up for this one. Push your leg out to the side. Push, 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 push. From your sit bone, your right sit bone, to your right heel. Lengthen your right leg even longer. One more breath here. Good, bring that leg back up. Take the strap off the leg, extend the heel towards the sky. Stretch it long, get it as straight as you can, leg to the sky. Hold it there for a moment, and then slowly, slowly, slowly exhale and release the leg down without the strap. Bring it down, there you go. All right, good. Take a moment, bend up both knees. Okay, left foot into the strap. So you can keep the right knee bent for a moment, right foot on the floor, and do that point and flex a few times. You can use the strap on the toes to create more of a calf stretch. That's it. Yep. Push up through the heel, push up through your toes. Your leg doesn't have to be fully straight for this one. It's sort of like a nerve gliding exercise. Sometimes it makes the stretch, it lets the nerves chill out a little bit in the back of the leg, so the stretch goes a little easier. Okay, then pause in between, so not pointed, not flex, just balance in between, stretch your right leg to the floor. Good. And then push into your strap, extend your leg any amount more. Okay, both straps into the left hand. Oh no, sorry, keep the leg up. I know it's doing, so I'm gonna do that little pelvic tilt. Create the curve in your spine. So try to lift your low back away from the floor. A curve in your lumbar spine. Now, if you're feeling a lot of pulling at your hamstring attachment, then take it with a grain of salt, okay? All right, now try to keep that curve and take the leg out to the other side. Left, yes, go out to the left. That's it. And push that back out. All right, inhale, come on up, switch it to the other hand. Good, got the left arm out to the left, take the twist and cross. Okay, inhale, bring that leg back up. All right, extend the leg to the sky, press up through your heel, make that sit bone to heel connection. Yep, and then slowly take the strap off, slowly lower the leg back to the floor, extend it out long. Okay. Now, prop yourself up onto your elbows. Sorry, I can't seem to get the right volume. It's either blasting or I can't hear it. Come onto your elbows, that's it, looking at your feet. All right, so in this position, everything's gonna wanna collapse, right? So push into your elbows, arch your back away from the floor, squeeze your shoulder blades in. Keep your neck in neutral. So find a place where you're not like, chin to chest, but you're not letting your head flap back either. Nice long neck. And then bend up your knees, bring your knees above your hips. Good. And then you could do one at a time or both together. We're gonna tap the toes down and bring them back up. You're trying to maintain the curve in your spine. So as the toes come down, either one foot at a time or both together, try to maintain that curve in your back. Tap and bring up and tap and knees over hips. And one more time, tap. Good. Extend your legs to the sky. Good. Bend your knees, hug your heels to your butt, puff your chest. Extend your heels up. Try to maintain the curve in your spine. Press through your heels. Good. Heels to butt. Press through your heels. Press up, up, up. Good. One more like that. Bend in. Press up. Okay, good. Rest for a minute. Come onto your back. Give your neck a rest. That one's a little bit of a neck killer. We're going to do one more in that position. Let's let the neck take a little break. So notice one thing to pay attention to when I sort of pay attention to when I'm thinking about this idea of aversion is, when my brain's like, oh, that hurts, let's stop, when it's like, the 15th ab exercise or whatever it is, in the workout, the 10th rep, whatever it is, when the brain's like, oh, I quit. Notice if the body is saying the same thing. And if the body's saying that, okay, yeah, quit, listen to that. But if it's just the brain and the body can keep going, maybe keep going, get a little more comfortable with that discomfort. All right, come back up.
Onto your elbows, same position, sorry. Arch. Create that lumbar curve, squeeze your shoulder blades in, long neck. Okay, now legs up. You could do this with straight legs or bent knees. Slowly lower, squeezing your legs together. Pretend that block is still there. Try to maintain the curve in your spine. Inhale, bring the legs up as close to your face as you can. Press through your heels. Extend down and hover. Good. Inhale, bring it up. If this pulls in your low back, bend your knees a little bit. And just don't take your legs as low. 3 to go. Squeeze as close to your face as you can. Lower. Yep, one more. And lower. Good. Fold your legs. And round your spine. Oof.
Love that burn.
Yeah.
Love that burn.
All right, come to a seated squat.
You all do.
Bend your knees. I mean, at some level, to varying level, we're moving. Come to this position again, this sort of seated squat position. Don't encourage her, for God's sake. Okay.
Feeding them.
Yoga toe lock. Yep, hold your big toes. Or if it doesn't work, you can, if that doesn't work, you can hold the pinky edges of your feet. Of course, you can even hold your ankles. Okay. Now, pull on your toes, rock forward, try to create that curve in your spine. Pull your shoulders back. Lift up through your breastbone. Okay, now rock back so you're balanced, but you're not rounding through your spine. You're still broadening through the collarbones. Then straighten any amount. Yep. Push out through your heels. Try to maintain the curve in your spine. Bring your legs in any amount closer. You can bend your elbows. Yeah, the good news is if you fall, there's not far to fall. Press out through your heels. Stretch your legs as straight as you can. Breathe. There you are. Okay, fold. All right, roll over your legs. Downward facing dog. Yes. Oh, gotta take a moment to just pedal out and breathe and do your doggy things you like to do. You know, the idea is not to cling too much, not to avoid too much. You know, to just acknowledge, to be grateful when things feel good, enjoy it, appreciate it, and to know that when things don't feel so good, that we can use that for our own growth and for our own transformation, for our own awakening. Requires that shift in seeing value in adversity and challenge. All right, good. Come to straight legs here in your dog. Come up on your tippy toes. Press your arms straight. Push your hands forward. Take your hips back more. Try to create that lumbar curve in your spine, even here. Not so much that your upper back is collapsing, so you're keeping your shoulder blades lifting towards your spine, but lift your sit bones up high. And then start to descend through your heels, creating a longer line between your sit bones and your heels. So your hips are lifting, your heels are lowering. Good. Walk yourself forward. Uttanasana. Come on all the way up to stand. Reach and stretch up tall. Good. Exhale. Slide your hands to your hips. Step your feet a little closer together. Let's play with these little pelvic tilts in our chair pose. So feet close, bend your knees. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Good. And then do a little pelvic tilting here. So inhale, tip your pelvis forward, sit bones move away from heels. Exhale, sit bones towards the heels. Land in the arched position. So sit bones lifting away from the heels, broad in the mouth. The thigh bones move back. Now keep that lift and widening of the sit bones. Just try to draw your tailbone forward until your pelvic floor tones and your low belly tones. And then hold that right in the middle place. Attachment, aversion, they're just opposite sides of that same coin. We just seek the middle place. Press to your feet, stand up. Release your arms by your sides. All right, a couple of other markers you can use to find that neutral place. So find your hip bones here. Hip bones are here, pubic bone is here. It makes a sort of triangle, right, between. So if your pelvis is tipped forward, like this, the hip bones, these, your ASIS points, your ASIS points are forward of your pubic bone.
If you tend to be tucked under, they're behind your pubic bone, right, from the side view. So see, one other way to just sort of help you find that middle place is to bring them into an even plane. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's another way, or think about the pelvic floor parallel to the floor. So it's not that we want to be arched, it's not that we want to be rounded, we want that middle place, the thigh bone's moving back, the tailbone drawing down. Okay, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. And then play with that tilting in the pelvis a little bit in your forward bend. If you need to come up onto your shins or onto blocks to do that, you can. So arch a little, round a little. As you arch, the sit bones lift away from the heels. As you round, the sit bones will move towards the heels. And again, just try to land in the middle place. You don't want to feel pulling at your hamstring attachments right at the sit bones, but you want to feel a lengthening of your hamstrings. And then hold your pelvis steady, but let your spine extend out. So let your upper body round over your legs. Yes, creating a little more extension for your spine. All right, bend your knees, step your right leg back. Squeeze your legs in towards each other, legs nice and strong. Take your hands to your hips. Bend into your front knee, and now bend your back knee. As you bend your back knee, your pubic bone is going to come forward a little bit. The hip points are going to move back a little bit. Try to hold that, but press your legs straight. You should feel a deeper stretch into your hip flexor. Pull your left heel towards your left sit bone. Inhale your arms up to the sky. That's it. Seek that middle place. Notice the tendencies of the body, which direction the body wants to pull towards, and just bring yourself to the middle. That's the practice. That's it. You know, notice your tendency to attach, to avoid, and just bring yourself to the middle. Okay, hands to the floor, straighten your front leg. You can always put hands on the blocks here. That's it. Yeah. Both legs nice and long. Maybe play with your tilting of your pelvis here a little bit. If your hamstrings are getting angry at you, maybe ignore me, that's okay. You know where you need to land, you know, just land, be there. But even if you've done this work for many, many, many years, which many of us in this room have, the body changes, you know, the work changes because the body changes. Okay, stay here, or here's a fun thing to try. Step in a little with your back foot. Bring your weight a little more forward to your front foot. Turn your fingertips around. You can do this with hands on blocks. Get on the tippy toes of your back foot. Squeeze your arms and legs together and try to pull your left knee into your chest. You're a little bit on the diagonal. No, your right knee. Sorry, your right knee. Yeah. So you're not stepping forward though. Your weight stays on your hands. It's more of an arm balance. It's here. You're not coming onto this, right? That's not it. Your hands are behind your foot. It's here. You're hovering. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's more of an arm balance. It's a little more core. No, not that. Your weight is in your hand. You want your weight in your hands. Walk your hands back. Nope. You're taking your weight to your foot. Weight is in your hands. Like weight is in your hands. No. Okay, look up for a second. Right. So, yeah. So many of you are just going here. Yeah. Not terribly difficult. Not that I want to make your lives harder. But what I'm talking about is this arm balancing pose. So right here.
Do you want your arms way behind?
Arms way behind, and it's a big core activator. Try it. Hands way back. That's a different story. Yes. Keep your weight in your hands. Weight is in your hands. Keep your hands on blocks. I would put the blocks flat. I would put the blocks flat in your hands. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Wait. Sorry. I know I started out.
Try it.
All right. Try one more. Hands far back. Far back. It's all core. All right. I'm gonna hold it for a second. Okay. Then we're going back into triangle pose. To triangle pose. So spin down your back heel and open up into triangle. Okay. That's enough of that insanity.
You have to do the
Of course we have to do the other side. We're going to do the other side. Triangle pose. So hand on your shin or the floor, right arm to the sky. Yeah, just open your mouth. Good. Take your head back, shoulders back. Yeah, that's your pose. It's not a rounded spine pose triangle. It's an extended spine pose. All right, come on up to warrior two. Stand up. Good. So just drop your awareness down into your pelvis. Notice where you tend to tip. pubic bone back, hip bones forward, or pubic bone forward, hip bones back. Just bring them into alignment with each other. That's it. Draw your front ribs in towards your back ribs, relax your shoulders a little bit. Then hands behind your back, lace your fingers, humble warrior, bow forward. Yeah, if you want to go a little shorter in your stance, that's fine. Step in a little bit. Head towards the big toe, arms towards the sky, but really stretch your arms up. Yes, that's it. Stretch your arms up, squeeze your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Take one more breath, maybe moving a little closer to the shoulder, head to the toes. Okay, then release your hands, frame your front foot. Spin up your back foot. Drop your back knee, grab a blanket if needed underneath your knee. Yeah. Then inhale, come on upright. All right, guess what I'm gonna ask you to do? Balance out the pelvis. And this one, this is more of a back end, right? So the pelvis is gonna want to tip forward. That's okay, it can tip forward. As you sit into that front knee, it can tip forward, but you want to resist your tailbone down, your pelvic floor up, your low belly back. Arms up when you're ready. Yep. And then hold steady here, even as the sensation in the body starts to build in the legs. Can you stay? All right, lizard lunge, hands over to the right, drop your elbows down. Of course, you can come on to blocks if that serves you. Yeah. Stretch. Yeah. Yeah, and whatever version you like here, back knee up or down, front foot on the floor or dropping out to the side, toes turning out, any of the things. Because it's not to say, oh, don't seek pleasure, you know, of course, do the things that feel good. It's just the only problem is when we're doing only the things that feel good and we're completely avoiding the things that challenge us, you know? Want that middle place. One more breath. All right. Come back up into your hands. Let's go back to dog and you can have a vinyasa here if you'd like, or just take a rest for a moment. And as always, the practice is come to yourself with compassion. Whatever it is you are avoiding, just notice it and be kind to yourself. Walk forward to the front of your mat. Come on all the way up. And back to Tadasana. Find that middle place, the pelvis in particular. We're focused a little more, with a little more awareness today. And then inhale, arms up again, and fold. Left leg back. Come on up, hands on hips. Soften the back knee a little bit. So bend into your front knee, and then bend your back knee a little bit. Bend it a little bit. Yes. Get the pelvis more towards neutral. So tailbone forward, pelvic floor tone, low belly tone. Then keep it. Press your back leg straight. Yes. Arms to the sky. Yes, guys. Very good. And then hold steady where you are with breath. Your next exhale, hands down to the mat. Straighten your front leg. Just be here for a moment. Make a connection, sit bones to heels, pressing out through your legs. When we stabilize the pelvis, then the low back is going to get more of a stretch. That makes sense? Try to keep the pelvis steady where it is. Okay, here's the funky arm balancing thing. Step in a little with your back foot. Your hips stay back. Hands stay back. Back up. Bend your back knee a little bit. And then weight into your fingers. Pull your knee to your nose. Yes, it's a big abdominal thing. Weight is back in your hands. Weight is back in your hands. Don't come forward into your foot. I know, it's hard. And that's where that heel to butt comes in. Heel to butt, knee to nose. Yeah. All right. Land your back foot back again. Triangle pose. Open up. Left arm to the sky.
Something toward.
Something. Oh, I think you said something tore. I was like, no, what happened?
Something toward towards.
Okay, good. I just said something tore. I was like, yoga. All right, where do we go from here? Warrior two, twin up. Good. Now find that middle place in the pelvis. See if you can line up, make that triangle between cubic bone and sit bones. Sorry, guys. I don't know what songs you pretty ready. Go back to here. Okay. Humble warrior. Release your fingers, switch the interlace of your fingers, and bow forward. Head towards your big toe. Keep squeezing the outer shoulder blades in towards your spine. Let your head and your neck release. Yeah, and then instead of, I mean, if you gotta back off of it, back off. But if you can, go deeper, less breath. Good, frame your front foot. Drop your back knee, find a blanket if you need it. Good. Hands to hips. Find that, again, balance in the pelvis. We're going upright first. That's it. Find your Anjaneyasana. Be as deep or as little of a back bend as you can. But it's like we come to the middle before we go to the extreme, you know? We come to that middle place and then we move from the center. Come to the center in the pelvis, come to the center in your mind where we're not avoiding, we're not attaching, we're just here, appreciating. All right, now down to the left. Left, hands over to the left and down to your elbows. Whatever you did on the first side. Yeah, mirror that here. Yep, back me up, back me down, whatever works for you. And just noticing which way your pelvis wants to tip, what your tendency is. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, your body's going to move the way that it moves. But we always want it, it's always going to go in that path of least resistance. It's always going to go move in the way that feels better. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we want it to move in a balanced way. So sometimes we need to just say to it, okay, but just balance it with this other thing here. Okay, downward facing dog. Vinyasa opportunity if you would like. Okay. We're going to come into dog split with the hips level. So, yeah, lift up the right leg. We'll go right leg up first. Maybe narrow your stance a little bit, feet a little closer together. Oh, I want you to do that here. And your dog split. All right, think about your bottom leg for a minute. So, look at your left leg, point your left kneecap straight towards your second toe. It's going to want to turn in. Pull your outer left hip back. And then stretch your left sit bone up, your left heel down. Now, right sit bone to right heel, extend that leg really long. Okay, good. Step it up, warrior one. Ground your back heel. Rise up. So we've worked that tilting in a few different permutations and a few different shapes today, right? Notice what your tendency is. Seek the middle place. In the center of your body, in the center of your pelvis, and then grow from there. When we can find that middle place, that's when we grow. When we're frozen at one end or the other, when we're frozen in the pleasure cycle, we're frozen in the avoidance cycle, you know, we don't move anywhere. When we can come to the center and find the balance, we can just grow from there. Everything expands. Okay, warrior three. Come forward. You can change your arm position if you'd like. If you've got it in you to work on the pelvic tilts here a little bit, go for it. Left heel to left, left sit bone to left heel. Right sit bone to right heel. Stretch your arms out. One more breath. Get a little longer. And then hands down to floor. Block standing split. Head towards your knee. Good. Now bend up your top leg. Hug your heel to your butt. Squeeze it in. Not knee to nose, but heel to butt. Keep your knee lifting up high. Now, if you've got your balance, take your right hand, catch your left foot behind you, lift your left knee a little higher. Knee up. Heel down. One more breath. Okay, big step back, parallel feet, walk between your legs for prasarita padottanasana, big wide forward bend. Yes, that's it. Make a connection, sit bones to heels, stretch down the backs of the legs. So the spine can just lengthen, so you can just pour out, let your neck release, your elbows can be bent here, your head can be extending towards the floor. All right, walk back to the front of your mat. Downward facing dog. Vinyasa opportunity. Dog split, left leg up. All right, work that bottom leg first. So right leg straight, right hip up nice and high, pulling back, stretch down through your right heel. Then lift up through your left. Stretch the left, sit bone to heel, stretch it up. One more breath. Nice, you guys. And then step up, warrior one. Line up hips, pelvis. Come to the center, come to that middle place where we have compassion for ourselves with the things that we love and the things that we enjoy, and we seek the middle. And then we find the middle and we grow and we expand from there. Our bodies, minds, hearts. Warrior three, move forward, step into the left foot. You're just hanging on for dear life, hang on. So work on that pelvic tilting a little bit. Left side going back. Right side going lifting up. All right, good. Hands to the floor, standing, split. Get the legs really long, spine long, then bend up your top knee and maybe just stay there. Maybe that's enough, just squeezing your heel to your butt. You want to reach up and catch your foot with your left hand, go for it. And take your knee towards the ceiling. Yeah, you're right there, Lenny. Got it. Yep. So the knee goes up. That's it. Okay, one more breath. Release your foot, step back, Prasarita Padottanasana. Walk between your feet, and then yogi's choice here. You want to just hang your forward bend. We did a lot today. You can stay there. If you want to get into something else, a twist, a headstand, anything. Go for it. Yes. Yeah, actually. No. No, it's good. The second side, come to the second side. All right, back to downward facing dog. Vinyasa moment. Find your way forward to the front of your mat. Take a moment in your forward bend. You can take a resting forward bend with your knees bent, or if legs straight feels good to you, stay there. Just take this moment to breathe, to open, to really acceptance. That's what we're doing. Acceptance of the things in our lives we wish were different. There's that teaching that says all of suffering, every single bit of our suffering comes from one thing, and that's wanting things to be different than they are. When we can accept them, it'll just ease up. Lengthen your spine, come on up, reach up, whatever it is, whatever it is. Whether it's like, my meal didn't come out right from the kitchen, or I wish my mom was still alive, any of those things, right? Any of those. All right, come to the wall. Come to the wall. You don't need to bring anything with you. Actually, we're just doing handstand. So if you don't even want to bring your mat, you don't even have to. If you don't feel like doing handstand on the floor, you don't even have to bring your mat. Or if you want to handstand right where you are, that's fine too. If you need a wall spot, find a wall spot. If you're doing an L is fine. Here's what I want to sort of focus on as you're coming up. If you're doing an L, it's just the extension. Make that sit bone heel extension as you're coming up. If you're coming up into your handstand, I want you to think about this top leg really extending up. It being more just a leaning into the hands. Trying to hover that bottom leg up. Like less of a hop, more of a squeeze. Okay? So it's like that reach up to the heel and like lean into the hands. So something that really needs to happen to do that is the fingers gripping and the shoulders really forward. And if you're back here, that foot's not going to come off. You got to be forward here. So if you've got wrist stuff, that might not work for you. So do what works. Call me over if you need help. Try something. The L. Do the L or one. You can hit that. Yeah. All right. So just stand behind. Okay. Go for it. Yeah. Shoulders go. That's it. That's it. Little hop.
No. But yes, I would go up.
Like that. Down. Press through. Like oh, you like to go up like we hold in your ankle? Okay, that's fine. Like this one? Yeah. Okay, sure. Do that one. Just down with you. Down whatever you need. Yeah. So you're sort of, just like your back. A little like this. Those areas. So one way to try it, and then wait a little bit, and then extend your knees. That working, and then you can do something in there. One time, that makes the L hard. All right, how'd it go? Okay. Okay. Maybe next. No, it's okay. Tell me. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Right, like to make it so you have ready. So I don't shoulder.
Oh. Okay, so good. All right, so what we're talking about is not getting into that big bowed out back position as we come up. So we have a really flexible low back like Sarah does. That's a thing. So a couple things you can try. So come forward. No, just bring your hips, shoulders forward and hips forward.
Forward toward the wall.
Yes. Now go one leg up, one leg to the sky. So one leg to the sky. Okay, now I want you to think about just stretching this leg up, pulling this knee to your chest like a jackknife. Pull in. Yep, like a little hop, hips to the wall, knee towards your chest. Like that. Like that. And as you do that, it's pull this knee to your chest, pull your belly back. Like that. Okay. Like that. Yep. That's one way to work it because then you're keeping the abdominals sort of pulling in. Does that make sense? There you go. Yeah, that's one way to work it because then that knee coming into the chest is keeping you a little more stable here. So that's one way. Another thing you can do, anyone else who struggles with this, is come away from the wall a little bit and come up with bend knees. So feet, and we were just looking at this for Diane, so it helps with a multitude of things. So when you're here, right, then we tend to get into this back bend. When your knees are bent, you can look up towards your belly, right? Pull your belly back towards the wall, and then it's going to help you find that balance place right in the middle. So when you're pushing your feet into the leg, kind of pull your ribs back. So that's another way to work it. All right, let's go back. We got other stuff to do. We need a strap with a big loop, or the strap with a big loop fun of the week. You might want 2 blocks also. Between loops for me. Oh yeah, take mine. Here. Big loop. You're gonna put your whole body into the loop. I'll show you what we're doing. Some of you have done it. If you know where we're headed, go for it. You need the tutorial. Stay with me. You're gonna want the belt buckle to the side so that you can loosen or tighten as needed. Okay. And then the strap is going around your shoulder blades and your feet.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're putting yourself inside the strap.
I don't need it.
Then you're coming up into boat. Yeah, now if it's not tight enough, like if you need more pressure, tighten up on the strap. Push out through your feet, sit bones to heels. Pull your navel towards your spine, move your sit bones. So go under your arms, Amy, under your arms, under your arms. There you go, under your arms. Okay, take another breath here. Now, we're going hands to the floor or blocks. You may want the blocks. Push your feet forward. Push your feet forward. Lift your hips up. And then come back. Hands on blocks might be helpful if you don't have the gorilla arms. Nice thing, and that's it. Palms flat is going to be better for your thumbs. Yeah, so maybe you just put your hands on blocks. Yeah, and then try it again. Rock forward, hands to the floor or blocks. Yes, nice, you guys. Squeeze up, push with your feet, push with your feet, push with your feet. I know, that's a lot. Ooh, try one more. It's a nice way to do boat pose though. Kind of hang out here for a while, right? Okay, push, 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 push. Okay.
Around toes.
That's it. Yeah, it's kind of, for me, it squeezes the bones in my toes here. It hurts a little bit, like the bunion spot, which I don't really have like those bones pressed together. All right. Yeah, and you don't have the gorilla arms. The blocks help. Yeah, nice. All right. Fun with big straps. Set the strap to the side. We may need it again. Let's actually probably a wide leg. Yeah, if you want to turn sideways, that's fine. Okay, rolling the flesh from under your sit bones does that same action that we've been helps with that action of balancing out the pelvis by allowing the thigh bones to move back into the hip, creating that lumbar curve. Then from your spine, from your hips, hinge forward. You can hold your toes here. We did that sitting up already. You want to go arms to the floor. If you need a more restful spot, that's fine. Keep the sit bones grounded, legs extending. Make that sit bone to heel connection. Keep your legs just a little active. Stay a little present, balanced. Inhale, come on up. Okay, next pose, you can do the same thing again if that is working for your spine, for whatever. If you want to try a Kurmasana, arms underneath the legs, come into this little baby squat position, heels up, toes up, heels down. You tuck your arms underneath your legs. Eugene can show it much better than me. And then you press sit bones to heels, legs down onto arms, head towards the floor. Head can always go onto a block if that's better for you, or you can stay up kind of high. You want that squeezing in with the legs, pressing out with the arms, and you try to straighten the legs and use the legs to press your arms, your chest down towards the floor. Kurmasana, turtle pose. This is sort of the pose of aversion. Let me stick my head in the ground and pretend nothing's happening. Right? Pull my head inside the turtle shell. Avoid it all. And there's moments to do that. There's ways that serves us, All right, come on back up. There are times that is a.
Are your knees over your elbow?
It's yeah, which doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
I know.
It hurts my wrists.
Yeah, it hurts. So I kind of push my elbows up into my legs a little bit. I don't really hyperextend down, it doesn't feel great in the elbow to push down like that. So I'm sort of pushing up with my arms a little bit. I'm not just letting my leg press, just like the knees, you never want to press, hyperextend into the knees. Okay, bring your legs together, face front. A couple more things to do. Stretch your legs out long, sit bones to heels. My one hand's on blocks for this one. We're gonna go hip lifts, just hips up, and then down. Good. Squeeze your arms towards each other. And lower. Couple more. Hips up. Pull your navel to your spine. Pull the pelvic floor in and up. All right, do one more. Squeeze. Okay, now butt down. Sit up tall. Right leg up. Try to keep your spine on long. Sit bone to heel. Put it down. Left leg up. Put it down. Right leg up. Good. Left leg up. Okay, Baddha Konasana for a moment. Just give it a rest. Okay. I was debating which final pose we should do. I think we're gonna go for the same one that we just did with the strap. You could use the strap again if you wanted to. So we're trying to come into lifting everything up. Okay, it's a lot of thighs, a lot of thighs. Yeah, so hands on blocks might be helpful. Hips up. Slide your hips back, squeeze your legs in, try to lift your feet. Maybe try to lift one foot. And then the other foot. Yeah, good. Try to avoid that cramp. I know it's like so much. There you go. I know. It's like it's impossible. Gravity. It's not impossible. It is possible. People can do that. I can't. But people can. It's like that planche. You ever seen someone do a planche, which is a plank with feet off the ground, where they just hover? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, how is that even possible? Okay. Like I consider myself a fairly strong person, and like I don't think in a million years. I don't know. Maybe in a million.
There are Russian gymnasts with Russian trainers.
Maybe. No, there's plenty of American dudes, but they're probably too something. Okay. Do a little rocking, yeah, do a little cradle, release through the, give our thighs a break for a moment here. A little circling. That's it. Yeah, you can do cradle or scoop if that feels good. All right, then we can go into this one, leaning into the right hand. Iron out the hip a little bit. Yeah. So hold right foot with left hand. Yeah, and then go, nope, right hand to the floor. Switch your hands. Yeah, so you're leaning more onto your hip, and then you're sort of rolling. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And then let gravity just do some of the work here for you. Let your body just get heavy on your hip. Find a spot that needs some TLC, that needs some movement. All right, couch. I love this is too much. My whole playlist got all wonky today. Okay, come on up, and then this is going to be the bottom leg. So place it for Agni Stambhasana. If you can't do it, I'll give you an alternative in a minute. But let's come into here first. So flex your foot, be on the pinky edge of your foot, but not pulled in. So the knee is open for this one, and you're on the pinky edge of your foot, which means your ankle might be up off the floor a little bit. And then left foot on top of right knee. And then again, of course, if your knees come lower than mine, please let them come lower. Mine just don't. Be on the, pull the pinky edges of your feet back. Okay, now fingertips by your hips. Lean forward a little bit, wherever you are, if you can. Lean forward, and then tip your pelvis forward a little bit. So that anterior tilt of your pelvis. Move forward towards the front edge of your sit bones. Yep. And then take your hands to the soles of your feet. Push your feet towards each other. Keep your pelvis tipping forward and extend your spine out. If you need a more restful pose, let your hands come to the floor, of course. Let yourself round over. If this is a better one, you can be up here. So you're getting a better hip stretch, but taking the knees out of it a little bit. Or you can do it on your back. That's better. Yeah, protect your knees here. Not always such a knee-happy pose, this one. Okay. Come on up. And the other thing you can do, guys, which I didn't show, but I'll show for the other side, is you can use a block under the bottom one, a block under the top one, so that the knees are not taking the brunt of it. That's another way to do it. Let's do the cradle. Left side, so hold your left foot, left leg, do some rolling, rocking. Yep. And when you're ready, go over into that. Yep. Using gravity to weight of your body. All right. And then come on up. This is going to be our bottom leg. Flex your foot. Right knee on top of left knee. Good. Settle your sit bones. Using your hands to move the flesh out would be helpful. Do that. And then hands by your sides. Tip your pelvis forward a little bit. Draw your low back towards your belly. Then hands to your feet. And of course, you get off the bus at your stop. If it's too much, you just pause. Press with your hands. Allow to bring your ankle on top of your knee, on top of your leg. You're just going to get a deeper hip stretch. So more that way. So that way, actually. So like that. And flex your feet a little more. And then you may actually feel a stretch in your hip.
You don't
I
need
feel
to,
it
but
in this.
you do. Okay. Good. And again, if you want to go hands to the floor, go for it. Yep, if you need to be more upright. How's that, Susan? Yes, yeah. Oh, you put one under the bottom knee too.
That's really.
Yeah, underneath, right, because it's just taking the weight right off the knee. Okay, come on up. Come down to your back. Have your block nearby. Let's do a little, just sort of pull down. Let's do a bridge. We didn't so much. We did a lot of low back work today. Let's just work the upper back a little bit. Give us the upper back bend. So a little bridge or a big bridge, feet on the floor. Yeah, hips up. Arms can stay by your sides, or can lace together underneath. So the curve in the spine happens pretty naturally here. But stay grounded in the inner edges of your feet and your outer shoulders in the center of your head. Good. And then if you want to take it into restorative, slide your block underneath your hips, rest your hips on the block. Yeah, whatever height. Then you can keep it super chill, hips on the block, or you can go legs to the sky for modified shoulder stand. Back of the legs should feel pretty open by now, so maybe this feels a smidge easier. But try to maintain that curve in your spine as the legs go up. Yeah, so the pelvis stays flat on the block, and you don't have to have the legs like super ramrod straight here. They can use to be a little bit soft. Again, you won't like. Yeah. All right. Feet back down. Slide your block to the side. Any last thing your body is longing for, just do that. Let your body really deeply relax. Soften, everything can soften. Release every part of your physical body that you're aware of. The big parts, legs, shoulders, hips, trunk. The little parts, fingers, toes, face. Notice what comes up. Thoughts will arise. And it's not that we want to eradicate thought. We don't. We need to think. But something interesting to do is to just watch the thoughts. Notice what arises. Set it aside for later if it's something that needs addressing. Then come back to breath. Back to a steady, peaceful center. To stretch, move, to awaken. As you're ready, weight to your side, back up to seated. Aware, becoming aware of the kleshas, these obstacles or afflictions that they speak about in the Yoga Sutra, gives us practices, these ways to understand, think, feel within the human experience, but yet still stay connected to something bigger than just our individual stories and dramas. So when we have pleasure in our lives, we can immerse ourselves in it, we can appreciate it, we can feel grateful for it without clinging to it. And there are challenges in our lives, we can be with those things without avoiding them, knowing that the pendulum will swing against it, and we can always find that. Bring your hands together, center of your heart. Let's end with an Om as a reminder to ourselves, to each other, that we don't walk this path alone, but the support of this community, of each other, of these practices. If you'd like to join, deep breath in. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.